Good, yeah. We're keeping on with good. The lots, there's an app and check. Those are busy. Yeah. I second that. Waiting outdoors. We dilly dallies around. Miss Social. You do, absolutely. You need to have a rope on. He's the organizer. Therefore, I bet you sweet.
Good time? No, but okay.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Butler Community College Board of Trustees regular board meeting starting at 4:30 p.m. Tuesday, July 14th in the Dankert Trustee Boardroom. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we need approval of agenda.
And I'll second it.
Trustee Good,
Yes.
trustee Howell,
Yes.
trustee Rhodes is absent, trustee Hueslick,
Yes.
trustee Shearer,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Smith.
Yes.
6-0. Next on the agenda is recognitions. No recognitions this month. All right. Here is the man has arrived. From public comment.
Okay. We do have, okay, got the script here. Yeah, that's started, right? Okay, okay, the public, general public is welcome to address the Board of Trustees under the public comment section of the regular board meeting agenda. Public comment should be germane to the business and activities of the Board of Trustees. Public is also welcome to address the Board of Trustees during the public comment portion of any special meeting agenda. The public comment, the special meeting should be related to an agenda item of that nature. Personnel issues are prohibited from public comment. The board chair will ask visitors wishing to make brief comments to identify themselves and a topic that they wish to address. If several members of one group or organization wish to speak to the board concerning the same item, the board chair may ask the group to identify a single spokesperson. Time limit of 5 minutes has been set for each recognized member or spokesperson to speak to the board. The board will take no action during the public comment period of board meetings. However, it will take the matter under deliberation and if appropriate, direct the president to follow up with a written response and report at the next regular board.
Agree.
That, Mr. Farrell. All right. Floor is yours, sir.
Mr. Rhodes, I'm really glad you got here. I'm not the only guy that cuts things close. Good for you. 36 years ago, I began my political career running for the Board of Trustees of the Butler County Community College. It was one of the best things I ever did in my whole life, and I'm not kidding. It was a tremendously fulfilling experience. I learned a lot about governance, and I learned specifically what a great institution this is and how it changes lives. I'm now announcing to you my candidacy for House District 12, which is the southeastern quarter of Butler County. Many people don't know where this district is. If elected, I would be a strong advocate for not only public education, but for adequate funding to come to the county community colleges. There are 4 other community colleges in my district that might be interested in my candidacy. Specifically, as a property owner and a property tax payer, I'm aware of those problems, and I would be very interested in hearing your solutions, how we might move some of the financial burden back to the state level and off of local taxpayers. I do want to hear from you on this issue. But more specifically, I know the college cannot endorse me, but you individually can. And I seek your endorsement. I seek your help. This is a bipartisan campaign. Although I've filed as a Democrat, there is no way I can win this election without Republican votes, without independent votes. And I'm asking for your support in this manner. I'll stand for questions. The incumbent is not running. Her name is Marcy. Excuse me? He's not running. There is no incumbent. The woman running against me, her name is Marcy. I don't know quite how to pronounce her last name, Lafine. Her address is in Andover, curiously. Yeah.
What towns in Butler County are in your district?
What we've got in Butler County are Beaumont, Latham, Leon, and Roselia. Again, that's why I gave you this map, because most people, this is a huge district. It's literally the equivalent of 4 counties. It takes over 2 hours to drive from the northwest corner to the southeast corner. And I started doing it, so I'll be spending a lot of time on the road. But there's the population centers are Butler County, Cowley County, and then down the most of the population in this district is near Independence in Montgomery County. But the folks I'm really wanting to get help from are here in Butler County. And so if you have anybody that would want to assist me, I am more than open to receiving help. You know, I've had, since I announced my candidacy, I was telling my good friend Roger here, I filed at the last minute, hoping another candidate would file, and no one did. I didn't want to see it uncontested. And so, okay, and I started telling people what I had done. And the response has been, like I said, I've had kind of a George Bailey moment in my life. People have jumped in to help me. It's like, thank you, because I cannot do this alone. And I would sure appreciate your support. Any further questions?
It does not include El Dorado,
It does not.
and it includes Andover,
Nope. Does not.
but if you're coming,
She has an address in Sedan, but that's not where she lives.
I know.
They bought a home and have moved there. It's my recollection of their house in Andover on the market. For under contract or a realtor. They had to retire.
But to drive the point home, my family has lived and worked in what's now District 12 for 138 years. I raised my kids here. I've invested in this place, and I want to continue working for this district. I'm grateful for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Anyone else here for public comment? Okay, and move on to standing reports. Student governments. Today, okay. I guess, yeah, summertime reports. I will get myself going. By the end of the meeting, I'll be locked in by the time we get done. Top staff. Yes. Not a word.
Are you getting the look?
Oh, I probably deserved it.
Okay, op staff report. The recharge event was a great success. We had 55 attendees participating despite the rainy weather. We had about 20 minutes of free time on the farm before the rain hit, and it rained the rest of the day. The event was well received and attendees enjoyed the activities and opportunities to connect. We just want to thank you again for everyone that helped allow the attendees to attend. The officers met, the op staff officers met to begin planning for the upcoming year. Discussions focused on organizational goals, upcoming events, and strategies to increase engagement among members. Committee signups are currently underway. We are actively recruiting volunteers to serve on our various committees and encourage staff to become involved in helping plan, support initiatives throughout the year. We are planning, op staff is planning to participate in the Grizz Fest parade. We're looking forward to representing op staff and celebrate with the Butler community. In recognition of the Butler's 100th anniversary, the officers in our officers meeting, we discussed adopting a vintage theme name for the year. Members will vote on the following options: Gold Diggers, Purple Pansies, Grizzly Growlers, Quarterbacks, Honey Bears, Sideliners. The selected name will be announced following the membership vote and will be incorporated into the anniversary celebrations throughout the year. Does everybody know what those names are?
I remember the Honey Bears.
Honey Bears.
They were the dance team.
Mm-hmm. The Gold Diggers were the first female cheerleaders, if you will. Basically a pep club. And the Purple Pansies were the men's pep club in the very, very early years. So,
You won't have to break it.
August 22nd.
That should be-
I think it's just turned into a Butler parade, but I'm not one to.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. All right, that's all I.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Emil or no, so no, back over here. Okay, that's fine. Board finance, Dave or Aaron.
Well, we didn't have a formal because the books were just closed a couple of days ago. So, closed and sealed and are now ready for the turnaround. But we did end the year with an additional $71,000 in cash or in revenue. And combine that with other savings, we had about $300,000 more in revenue than was estimated. So that will go into the contingency fund for the following year. So we were in the positive. And it seems to me from the last Grizzly Trackers report, enrollment is looking very, very good. And so let's hope that that continues on an upward trend. That's the report.
Okay, thank you. Foundation board met last month. I was not at the meeting and Tom is not here, so I will get with Tom and follow up with you next month on an update from that meeting. Dr. Dane?
For Shannon, I'm turning my microphone on so you can hear me. That person will know, not you, Shannon, different Shannon. All right, so first thing, in case you have not heard, I did want to let the board know that Jackie Vietti has been named the interim president for KCKCC. It'll be a little bit longer interim, and so she's going to be serving in that capacity starting August 1st. So, we have our new CHRO, Melanie Owens, will be starting next Monday, along with our finance replacement for Candace Sullivan. And I don't remember his name. Can you know? Tom Surratt. Yeah. So we have two new important people starting on Monday. So we're excited to have them as part of the team. We are sending 2 people from the institution this year to KCCLI, which of course Jackie runs, on the side. There are, I think, 21 or 22 participants across the state. We're going to send Ann Hawley, who is our grant writer. And we're also going to send Sherry Connor, who has been here for quite a while, and I think they're both great candidates for that. In terms of the statewide association, Mary Martha and I will be attending KACC. There will be a Barton on August 3rd, or 2nd and 3rd, I think it's 2nd and 3rd. And we'll be there for that meeting. One of the topics for that meeting is funding. We've talked about that quite a bit, about how the state does this. There's been 3 or 4 models presented in the state. We've gotten some feedback from some legislation, and we're continuing to work on refining that piece of performance funding. A real large, important part of what we're doing. And we're working in conjunction with the technical colleges as well, because it affects all of us. So that's important. The other thing that I want to mention, because I do think it's going to end up being a larger player this year, because the federal government has passed down a lot of grant money for it, is apprenticeships. So we had a meeting this week with Shonda, who is at the Department of Commerce, and she specifically talked to us about Butler is one of the leading colleges for the registered apprenticeships that we actually have for the state. And there is approximately a couple $100 million this from the federal government that's going to be passed down to the states at large. And so there will be a lot of grant opportunities. And one of the things that she talked to us about to consider, and we are going to look at this internally, and that is we're the largest employer in Butler County. We should be able to also we have a lot of situations where we can have some apprenticeships here at the college to be a leader. We probably will be looking at trying to fund an apprenticeship position out of B&I money. That's how they're requesting that we use that money, and I think it is a good use of it. But if we can curate those individual degrees for the institution, then we will be a lot better off as we go and start to do this for business and industry in our local area. It can be very, very uniquely created, very different than anything we've done before. They can have a degree through KBOR in 12 days, curated specifically for a particular company or position. Very different than anything that has been done before. Typically, it would take 8 to 9 months to get a new degree or certificate through because of the scrutiny. But because of the attention that registered apprenticeships has, this has been streamlined, and it's more of just an endorsement, a stamp of approval saying it's gone through. So we have a lot of opportunity. You'll hear more about what we'll propose as we come together and look at what's best for the institution. So we think we have a lot of places where this will be a great fit for us, and kind of excited about it. It's a whole different opportunity for us. The other key pieces, legislators want it as part of the performance funding. So we're in a good position in terms of that, and we will work to grow that and look at that across the institution and what's a good fit. And that's the end of what I have, but I'm happy to entertain any questions that you might have.
Hey, Dr. Daniel, thank you. The facilities board we've had scheduled meetings that have been canceled for nothing going on. So I think there's nothing more to report. Maybe you have something next month. Okay, so yeah, nothing on that front. AACC quarterly report.
From our meeting in Lebanon, or down in Neosho and Allen County. I think the biggest thing that came out of there were 3 governor candidates that met with us, 1 in person, 2 via Zoom. But the biggest takeaway from there that Mary Martha, as our representative, ended up voting on was allowing Salina Area Technical College and the Manhattan Area Technical College to join the Kansas Association of Community Colleges as their lobbying piece, as their as their spokesman to help them with state funding also. That you know, both facilities did not want to be a part of a 4-year school. And so that was probably the biggest, and I'm assuming that vote passed. I haven't heard.
It did. Yes, it passed.
Was this what was all, did we get an update on this last month?
Yes, it was coming, but we didn't have the vote yet.
Oh,
But the vote is in and it's final now.
Okay. And that was about the biggest thing.
The other piece that took place there was a lot on the performance funding, but the models are now being altered quite a bit because we're taking into consideration what the legislators have given us as feedback. And so we're remodeling. To me, it's really important that we, as a state, model the data so that we know what we're getting ourselves into. I mean, it's a big undertaking for this year. It's just a small amount of BNI money. It's not a huge amount. It's like a third of it. They're keeping 2/3 as a base and 1/3 is proposed for performance funding. But again, we don't know what that's going to look like by the time the legislation is over with, the session is over with. So we'll see where that goes. But we are doing a lot of work on it ourselves. The community colleges are very vested in it and the technical colleges are helping. And so we really are trying to do our part to respond to what the state's asked us.
No, moderator report. And then the floor is yours.
I think I just take questions still unless something's changed. So
Could you explain the changes in the math? I've got my 7th kid enrolling in math, and it seems like the last couple
Okay.
have all been a little bit different.
you're talking in general, not something specific that was in the board report.
Well, you said we're changing to KBOR's new performance funding scheme, and I know
Yes.
with my second oldest kid, we had like the 4-step math.
Right.
So like, I think this sounds like it's gonna be different than that.
It is. So we've had to move away from all developmental standalone math classes. So it's co-requisite now. If they plan to take college algebra, then it's going to look very similar to what our previous modules have looked like. So we have an 032 that pairs up with 132, an 033 that pairs up with 133, and an 034 that pairs up with 134. And so they take those simultaneously as a support for that. If they are in contemporary math or applied statistic, it's a 5 credit hour class with guided support. So, but there's no more of the 05 series, 06 series, 120 series. It's you come in and you start your math and hopefully get through your college level math at the same time. So that help? Kind of, maybe.
mean, We're at the point where we gotta meet with the counselor and find out. But my daughter just had high school algebra. She's gonna be a junior. Recently had algebra, and she's gonna be a junior. I'm like, well, we might as well do algebra sooner rather than later. School it's fresh.
Yeah, that's always a good idea. And we still offer the concurrent classes that are in the high school. So if she's prepared for college algebra or statistics or one of those classes, we don't have any contemporary math in the high schools right now. They haven't really jumped on board with that. But most of them have statistics and college algebra. So if she can do dual credit with that and she qualifies, then that's a possibility too. But if they qualify, if they do it for dual credit, they are college ready. So they don't have the other classes. And we still have the math lab as support and tutoring. So. Any others? That was too easy. It's because I took a lot out.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for the info. Move on to our strategic discussion item. This is our quarterly update on FORA requests. Dr. Daniel, anything out of the ordinary?
No, we had 9 requests, 8 of which were standard vendor requests. 1 was denied because of FERPA violation. We accepted the other 8. Some we're waiting on payment, but they're pretty standard. And mostly routine, and there's vendor solicitors trying to get information. So nothing out of the ordinary.
Those entities that ask for student info, do they get it from some places that don't know better? Or I wonder. You think they would know that. oh,
They do, but they try just in case. Does not stop. It's like your kid who's gonna touch you a little bit.
Kind of like scammer
He-
calls.
My mom in the same mood today as she was yesterday.
Go ask your father.
Okay, board action items, we have several retirements. Mrs. Rhodes, would you like to? Okay, we can just do, are we comfortable holding our vote to approve everyone collectively?
Yeah.
Then, whoever would like to talk about Michelle, let's start with Michelle.
All right, Michelle Ritter. Michelle Ritter has spent the last 13 years in the nursing program. She has served as faculty person in the second semester, which is Peds, OB, Med Surg. She then, based on my prompting, accepted and became lead faculty for second semester. And then ultimately, she served as a curricular chairperson for the nursing department for roughly about 3 or 4 years. So total, she's been with Butler for 13 years. They were wonderful years, unforgettable. She was an incredible advocate for students. She also served as the advanced standing coordinator. So she worked with LPNs who were returning to complete their RN degree. And she will be very, very missed. She's been missed. So anything else that I can add to that? So thank you very much.
Thanks.
I'll speak. I'm speaking on Jessica Oman's behalf. Deanne Shemp is retiring. And Deanne has been a longtime employee of Jessica's. These are Jessica's words. It's my pleasure to recognize Deanne Shemp for her outstanding service to Butler as she retires at the end of July. Deanne's Butler journey began in 2003 as a part-time academic advisor, where her passion for student success, service, and commitment to the college quickly became evident. She became the on-site advising director in 2007 and then director of academic advising in 2008. She's often the last to leave in the evening and is known for not stepping away for lunch so that she can assist a student or deal with a work-related issue. Throughout her career, Deanne has been a dedicated advocate for students and a trusted leader within student services. She has helped countless students navigate their educational journeys, strengthened advising services, and fostered collaboration across the college to ensure students receive the support and guidance needed to achieve their goals. She's been part of the enrollment team developed to serve students at the El Dorado Correctional Facility, our advising liaison for union apprenticeships, participated in mobile enrollment events, and played a key role in our orientation and enrollment days. During her time at Butler, she worked primarily in Andover, surviving internet and electrical outages during peak enrollment that resulted in relocating her entire department on short notice. Deanne is flexible, always willing to do what's necessary to serve our students. She's known for her expertise and genuine care for others. She's been a mentor to colleagues, a resource for faculty and staff, and a steady presence during periods of growth and change. And her ability to build relationships, solve complex challenges, and keep students at the center of every decision has earned respect and admiration. Beyond her many accomplishments, Deanne's kindness and unwavering commitment to Butler's mission will leave a lasting legacy. Thank you to Deanne for her 23 years of service to the college. Well deserved.
I never learned.
Never, ever learn. Thank you so very much. Okay. I have
3 sentences and 5 bullet points for each person that I'm going to talk about, but I'm really good at adding lib. So I have the privilege of talking about Jeff Meyer first. Jeff Meyer was working for us in the biology department and shared with nursing. He's taught anatomy and physiology and pathophysiology. He came to teach a summer class. He told me the story. I didn't get to hire him. Lori Winningham got to hire him, but he told wife at the time, the first college that hires me, I will be devoted to forever, because he was a pathologist and a coroner, and no one thought he actually wanted to come and teach. So although he did tell me later that he really only planned to stay here like 3 or 4 years and then go on to something that was a little bit bigger and better, but he stayed for 17 years. So Jeff has been next to me in my office. He's my personal barista. I trade barista duties for help with technology. So there was we shared things. He was old school. So if you went into his classroom, you saw stick figures, pictures with dry erase markers, and technology was not in his wheelhouse. Although after COVID, he did learn that Zoom was his friend and he could do lots of extra sessions with students for studying. So he will be greatly missed. I think he's going to play golf. He's passing on his barista duties to someone else in the building so that the hallway can have coffee, and we will really, really miss him. So. And then Bill McCarthy, I said he left because he knew I was going to be his boss starting July 1st. He assured me that that was not true. But Bill McCarthy was a history teacher. He's been here for 8 years. I guess he taught history and geography. He was a 1500 building hallway person, so I did get to know him very well. He was up and down the hallways a lot, always there all summer long, every day. I think his wife left him there and then went and worked and then came back. And he was perfectly happy with that. He would go walk around campus, go to the library, see the fish pond. I think he too was a very old school person. I don't think you probably saw technology in his classroom very often. He was always friendly. Students were stopping by his office, even students that he didn't have in class. He had he was the afternoon Twizzler snack sharer. So he would come down the hallway sharing Twizzlers in the afternoon if you wanted that, along with some historical facts or some geography lesson that we might need to know. And sometimes it would be a weird random candy that he got from somewhere that he needed to give us some history about as well. But Bill was a really great guy, and I know that he will be missed as well.
All right, and I'll do the last retirement, which is Sandy Dunn. She will be retiring after nearly 29 years of service. She began her journey at Butler in 1997 as a student worker for financial aid, and then later transitioned over into IT as a student worker, which developed into a full-time position in 2001. And she has supported financial aid and student accounts as the financial aid system specialist since 2001. And she is going to be missed. She has a lot of institutional knowledge and expertise and a joyous attitude, and we will all miss her.
Thank you.
With
Thanks
that,
all for the comments. Oh, Dave, go ahead.
with that, I'll make the motion that the Board of Trustees accepts the resignation of Michelle Ritter, Jeff Meyer, Deanne Shemp, Sandra Dunn, and William McCarthy, and thank them for their years of service to Butler Community College.
Second.
Trustee Good,
Yes.
trustee Howell,
Yes.
trustee Rhodes,
Yes.
trustee Hueslick,
Yes.
trustee Shear,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Smith.
Yes. Okay. That's all. Moving on, the action item, page 26 of the board book is the Adobe renewal. Theme.
Absolutely. Over the last couple of years, we've seen a change in our Adobe presence on campus. So during COVID, we moved to becoming an Adobe Creative Campus, which meant that we had the entire Adobe suite for all faculty, staff, and students. Since then, we've scaled back. A couple years ago, we continue to be a Adobe Creative Campus, but we changed our licensing to reduce the cost because our renewal is going to be pretty extensive. And so we scaled back to make it more cost effective to the institution. And we're scaling back again based off of usage and data. So going forward, we will no longer be an Adobe Creative Campus. However, we are required to license all faculty and staff per the Adobe agreement. Per our survey, the data showed that the employees across the institution heavily use the Adobe suite, and so it will be utilized. I'm very confident that that's the right direction to go. And then we will license students for the classes that need it. Over the last couple of years, we have licensed specific classes for the entire Adobe suite, and we'll continue to do that. What we'll be moving away from is the Adobe Express, which is offered for all students. This will have a slight impact for academics, and faculty will have to adjust their classes to be using other solutions such as Canva for their instruction if they require their students to use some type of creative tool for their assignment. Transitioning to this new licensing structure will save the institution funds. We did see an increase in our license headcount costs, but even with these reductions, we're going to save the institution about $10,000. Do I have any questions?
That's one. Adobe graded campus, right?
Mhm.
How much did you spend on that?
I would have to go back and look. It was, I believe, several $100,000 before, and we used her funds for that initiative. And then we scaled back to 60,000, and now we're scaling back again.
Yeah, it says 48,000. Is that 48,000 each year for 3 years or 48,000 one time?
Each year,
Okay,
annually.
thank you.
So it's our obligation to keep Adobe is based on an agreement that Adobe has with KBOR.
Absolutely. KU leads this initiative alongside for KBOR. So 22 institutions came together to drive down the costs for the state of Kansas. So any higher ed institution in Kansas can purchase off of this agreement. And that's how we came to the number that it is today. It was a consortium purchase. If we tried to go out on our own and purchase directly from Adobe, our costs would be a lot more.
But if we wanted to go a different direction with a different platform, we don't have the option to do that.
We can. So if we decided we wanted to be a Canvas school, for example, we could choose to go down that path. We did explore Canva and it was not cost effective compared to what Adobe could offer us.
Other questions?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the board accept the price of $48,995.70 each year for 3 years for the approval of renewal for Adobe.
I'll second.
Any other discussion?
Okay, trustee Good,
Yes.
trustee Howell,
Yes.
trustee Rhodes,
Yes.
trustee Hueslick,
Yeah.
trustee Shearer,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Smith.
Yes.
Okay. 7-0. Thanks, everybody.
Vice President's name that drives Adobe.
Neville.
Tom Neville.
Thank you.
Next up is the Transact renewal. Donnie, what can you tell us about it?
Well, it's been 5 years since we've talked about this. It seems like I was just here yesterday. Our student account center online payment portal and payment plans and all that is a integral part of what we do in student accounts and receivables. We moved to Transact 5 years ago from the TouchNet product, which created a savings over the last 5 years of $500,000. So hopefully we have enjoyed and used that thoughtfully over the last 5 years. It's time to do a renewal, and the Student Account Center handles all of our payment processing, cashiering, our online billing, payment plans, refunding 1098-Ts, all things student accounts that can be done online. It's an integral part of my office, and they are having a increase in their rates. However, I still feel that the Transact product is one of the more economical products on the market. We did opt for a 3-year option this time around. Just because of the increase, I want the opportunity to look at the individual line items of what they're offering us and see what we might have the ability to get more economically from other providers or eliminate out of our menu. So I didn't want to extend us for the 5 or 8 years. I wanted to have enough room in there to make adjustments. So that's the reason for the shorter term. And I guess I would entertain any questions.
And so then the amounts listed for 26, 27, and 28 is with their increases for each year.
Correct. That builds in their 5% escalator each year.
Do we need to include those amounts in our motion or just should we? Okay. Well, then I will move that the Board of Trustees approve the renewal of a 3-year contract with Transact for year 2026 at $86,110.50. Year 2027 at $90,416.03. And in year 2028 on this 3-year contract of being $94,936.83.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Trustee Good,
Yes.
trustee Howell,
Yes.
trustee Rhodes.
Yes.
Trustee Hueslick,
Yes.
trustee Shearer,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Smith.
Yes.
Thanks all. 7-0. Last action item is the extended purchase authority for marketing expenses. Nelly.
Hello, good evening. This is basically the exact same request I was here to bring to you last month, but I was trying to be proactive and looking out for the next budget year. It does not increase expenses. It's all within what's budgeted. It's not even fully contracted. But because there are the peak enrollment periods in there, I do have a few months in there where it can pop over that 35. I think we'll be fine with the 45 mark. So I'm just asking that we could have the ability to extend that purchasing authority.
So this keeps you from having to come back each month and doing the same thing.
Right. Or if an invoice hits funny, it would prevent me from having to come back and say, last month, will you approve what we spent? Because an invoice hit funny and we went over yeah.
Motion to approve that request.
I'll make the motion that we extend the purchasing authority be extended from 35,000 to 45,000 for fiscal year 2026-27.
Second. Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Trustee Good,
Yes.
trustee Howell,
Yes.
trustee Rhodes.
Yes.
Trustee Hueslick,
Yes.
trustee Shearer,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Smith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That passes 7-0. Moving on to the consent agenda, would entertain a motion to approve that as presented.
I so move we approve the consent agenda as presented.
And
Trustee Good,
Yes.
trustee Howell,
Yes.
trustee Rhodes.
Yes.
Trustee Hueslick,
Yes.
trustee Shearer,
yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Smith.
Did you say no?
No, yeah,
So that passes 6-1.
I don't agree with FA. We've had the discussion over the years. I just don't know on it. For renewal of Canal and Canal as our legal representatives, I would prefer to go in another direction. I need to pull it out of the agenda. Get on my soapbox.
Supplemental information, Aiden, anything of note?
No new information this time.
Anything on the calendar or?
We do not see any need for a July work session since we are pretty well fleshed out the budget. We're not dealing with R&R, so we're in good shape. For the August board meeting.
This will be the first time in no, not 6 days, but the R&R deal didn't come around until what, 2021 or 22, but yeah, it's a nice change.
Yes, thank you.
This is crazy. Good thing I wasn't too much later out of this. There's nothing.
Are you
else in
caught
our-
up yet?
Yeah, caught up. Caught my breath. Would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chair, I move that the board meeting be adjourned.
I'll second.
Trustee Good,
Yes.
trustee Howell,
Yes.
trustee Rhodes,
Yes.
trustee Hueslick,
Yes.
trustee Shear,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Smith.
Yes.